Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we have your daily reading here for Thursday, August the 14th of 2025. Let's have a look and see what is coming out for you guys today. We do have a couple of squares today, so just to be a little bit aware of that. And this can certainly highlight some after effects here of the Mercury retrograde. So just be a little bit extra cautious with communication, and just make sure that you do still pay attention to details today. We are in the very last part of the energy of the Venus-Jupiter conjunction as well. So some of you could have some surprises or blessings coming your way. It could be something like a small gift. It can be a blessing of feeling more abundant, feeling more alive, feeling more connected with people and situations around you. Or it can be something that maybe you can put in your bank account, right? Venus and Jupiter, we've got love, money, abundance, we got a little bit of luck, all this kind of stuff going on. So, so just, try and take it a little bit easy today if you can, and try not to get, into any arguments that you're probably just not going to win today. At the back of the deck, we've got the Six of Coins coming in, so some of you could certainly have something headed your way. You could have a surprise. The Six of Coins often does come about as something a little bit unexpected, and often with your money. So this can be where, maybe you're expecting a big bill for something and it comes in smaller than what you had anticipated. So that's certainly a little bit of a blessing. It could be where someone repays you something, or you get some help or support, or maybe you just find some money. Sometimes when I get the Six of Coins, it's a lot of times I'm about to do laundry or something like that, and I might find like $20 in my pocket as I'm throwing things in the washing machine. So it's like money that I obviously already owned, but obviously forgot about it, didn't know where it was. And so it's like, oh, cool, another $20. So sometimes I get it with that. Sometimes, I might get like a lottery win or something like that, just something small. Six of Coins, not usually a huge windfall, but it can certainly be something that can help you out. But again, it is something that's circulating back to you, often multiplied, whether it's money, help, support, or whatever it happens to be. Promotions and raises sometimes come up with this card as well. Or if you've been really working hard at work and maybe you've been short-staffed, the Six of Coins is a merchant card, and so it quite often has to do with paying employees, or perhaps hiring another employee to alleviate some of the workload. So this can always be really quite good. It's a positive energy. We've got the Eight of Cups coming in as your major energy here. We got to leave some emotions at the door here today. Okay, you got to let something go today so you can walk forward, you can move forward, you can move past something. And this can certainly be coming about with a couple of the squares that we do have today. Change your approach, change your outlook, or just let something go. Okay, because it just might not be the best day to work something out or to negotiate something. So that Eight of Cups can certainly represent that you might be done with a situation, you might be ready for change, or you're going through some sort of transition here. But it can also represent that whatever you're doing so that you can move forward, then you need to really detach from your emotions. But some of you here, you're getting ready to follow a dream. You're getting ready to do something that you want to do and make some really positive changes here. Because that Eight of Cups, we are turning our back on something. We're not connected to it emotionally anymore, and we're moving to the next phase, the next level, something a little bit better. And the Eight of Cups is a card of transition, and so whether it's something new or whether your goal is in reach, yes, it can be a challenging card, right? Because we do turn our back on something, or we do leave something behind, we do walk away from something, we do let go of something there, but we are moving towards something a little bit better, whether it's improving our situation or again something brand new. We've got the Ace of Wands coming out here. Now, what day did we have the Ace of Wands this week? Was it Monday? It might have been Tuesday. Anyway, whatever day it was, we've got the Ace of Wands here again, and this is in your blessings position. Now, this could certainly be a little bit of luck headed your way. It can be a gift offer opportunity. It can be something exciting. It can be new people. It can be new projects. It can be a new job. It can be some really good news coming in here for you here with that Ace of Wands. This can certainly be a gift of some kind, right? The aces always represent some new energy, right? And so whether it's a burst of inspiration or whether you're starting on a new fun project or endeavor, maybe you're going out on some sort of adventure. You're like, I gotta leave my work behind. I gotta leave something go, let something go. I'm going on vacation. I'm gonna have some fun, right? So we do need to kind of tear ourselves away from our current situation, right? So whatever it happens to be, there's some new, fresh energy here. And so it can be something where you're leveling up. It can be something where you're discovering, something that you really do want. But it is a gift. They do bring luck. They do bring new beginnings. And the Ace of Wands especially can certainly be something that you have manifested in your world, something that is being presented to you. Again, something maybe comes back to you, that Six of Coins there. But it's something exciting, right? So it's this really great burst of energy. And like I said, maybe some of you, if you've been experiencing like a creative block, like a writer's block or something, then this can certainly be a big turning point for you in a very wonderful way. But some of you may have something to celebrate. And there is very passionate and fiery energy behind that Ace of Wands, though. So I do feel that maybe some of you are, following some sort of dream, just something that it might not be anything super serious. It could just be something lighthearted and something fun. Maybe you've decided that I want to pick up an old hobby. And this is what it looks like for me, and I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go and I'm going to join a class, or I'm going to, join some sort of group of people that does this same thing. And it can be something really creative, but certainly action-oriented and perhaps inspirational here with this. And yes, for some of you, there could be perhaps some passionate connections that are coming in here. So this can be reviving the passion within a relationship. Or this can perhaps be meeting someone new. The challenge headed your way today, we've got the Emperor. So being confident and taking charge may be a little bit of a challenge today. Figuring out a battle plan as well can be a challenge today for you also. Okay, the Emperor is in the upright, so the challenge that you're facing can be with a person. It can be something within you. Okay, but when you take bold, inspired action there with that Ace of Wands, or try a different approach, this can get you over the hurdle. Okay, you might just need to look at something a little bit differently, or deal with someone a little bit differently than how you normally would, or bide your time. The Emperor card can certainly be you and your energy, devising a plan, a strategy, being confident and bold, taking charge of your situation, right? And sometimes, the Emperor tends to be really confident energy, right? And really successful energy also. It is a leadership energy too. So, maybe you're just not feeling like you want to lead people today, right? Maybe you just feel like you're don't have a lot of energy today, right? Or maybe you're just kind of a little bit confused, and this is where this Ace of Wands comes in to spark something within you. But with that Emperor, the Emperor can be a patriarchal kind of figure, so like a father, big boss man, right? Can sometimes be like your own boss. So maybe some of you here, you really want to be your own boss, and you're trying to figure out, how do I get that done? Or how do I do that, right? Some of you may have a new job coming in here, right? And so that Emperor can, represent your current boss. And now you've got to tell your boss that I quit, I'm walking away, 8 of Cups, right? And I've got something new, Ace of Wands. And this can be a very challenging conversation, right? They could actually surprise you, Six of Coins, with a counter offer of some kind. Or perhaps they just wish you well because they know maybe they're not going to be able to change your situation. So that Emperor can be some sort of challenge that you're facing dealing with someone in a position of authority. Okay. It is in the upright still. Okay. So it is a little bit of a challenge that you can probably face. You might need to take a deep breath and, of course, leave your emotions, Eight of Cups, at the door. Okay. And this can, perhaps make some sort of dealings with this person a lot better. You could just be dealing with a boss or someone in a position of authority that's maybe not in the best of moods today. Or maybe you need their time and it's difficult for you to find that window of opportunity where they're not super busy or where they're not already in meetings. All right. But with that Eight of Cups coming in, okay, if you are dealing with someone in a position of authority, that Eight of Cups is the boost of energy, believe it or not, that you might really need to put your emotions aside. Because sometimes, especially if you have to have a conversation, about money or about your job prospects, or maybe someone in a position of authority in some other area of your life, right? Taking an emotional approach with the Emperor isn't going to necessarily benefit you, okay? And that Ace of Wands, right? Because the Emperor does represent Aries energy, it's fire sign energy. And so you may meet fire with fire kind of thing, right? But it's not an emotional approach that's going to help you deal with this person or situation. But like I said, it's in the upright. So, so if you stand tall, stand strong, okay, and choose your words wisely, but also choose your timing, all right, then you should be able to deal with whatever it is at hand. And you might need to be confident and rely on your inner strength and maybe even face some fears. We do have the Strength card coming out here for you right now. And the Strength card is in your advice from Spirit. Do you need to let something go? Do you need to take a calm, cool, collected approach, or maybe just be a little bit gentler with yourself? Or do you need to come out roaring like a lion? Do you need to let your passion flow? Do you need to, face someone and just stand in your courage, right? That Strength card does remind you about your inner strength, right? You're stronger and more confident and more capable than sometimes you give yourself credit for. But the Strength card is about discernment. Okay, yes, we're strong, we're powerful, we're taking the lead, we're taking charge, Leo energy, right, with the Strength card. But our ability to know when to be bold or when to be calm and quiet, that is your strength today. And we kind of see it in the cards a little bit here, don't we? We do have this strong, passionate energy, right? But we also have this energy of, I need to let it go. I need to walk away from this situation or this thing. And that can be a strength, right? Sometimes we don't consider, letting something go or turning our back on something or, tabling something for another day. We don't necessarily look at that as being strong. But in actual fact, it is, right? Because your strength is your ability to discern when is the right time and what is the right way to deal with a person or a situation. But whatever your situation as well, the Strength card, you are being reminded here about your power, about your strength. Don't let anyone take your power away. And some of you are really in a situation where you are transitioning in some way. There's some changes going on there. And so you may feel a little bit of lack of confidence, right? Emperor in your challenge position. Okay, but Spirit is saying here, no, don't sell yourself short. You are stronger and braver and more capable than maybe you give yourself credit for in a certain moment, right? But look at that big picture, all right? But the Strength card also is that Leo energy, right? And have fun, okay? Have fun, do something positive, and do something that lights the fire in your soul. Ace of Wands, it might be something new, or it might be resurrecting something, okay? Whatever it happens to be, there's like some fun energy that's certainly coming up here for some of you. So have fun, Go and do something interesting, do something that inspires you, or maybe even find different people that you can draw inspiration from or that are on the same page as you, right? And so for some of you, that Eight of Cups can represent letting people go, right? And maybe your energy just doesn't match anymore, and so you kind of like drifting away. But that is also playing to your strengths, right? It takes a lot of strength, a lot of courage to let people go or let situations go. So, but you need that sometimes for your own peace of mind. All right. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe. I thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.